Chapter 1. A Chance Meeting. A bright blue roadster, low-slung and gleaming beneath the warm spring sun, sped gracefully along the winding road that hugged the edge of the shimmering lake. Its polished body caught flashes of light filtering through the towering oaks, while the gentle breeze carried the scent of fresh blossoms and damp earth. The engine purred confidently as the car rounded a final bend before slowing to an abrupt stop in front of a weathered wooden signboard, its white lettering standing out boldly against faded green paint. Lilac Inn, chicken dinners. Our specialty. The driver, a pretty girl of about 16, leaned forward with an amused smile. She wore a crisp blue frock that, whether by careful planning or happy coincidence, matched the brilliant color of her roadster perfectly. Her bright eyes sparkled with both curiosity and good humor as she read the sign. My specialty, too, Nancy Drew thought with a grin. The very mention of chicken makes me feel positively famished. If I don't find lunch soon, I may simply waste away. Still smiling, she turned the steering wheel and guided the roadster onto the narrow lane leading to the inn. Gravel crunched softly beneath the tires as the road disappeared beneath a cool canopy of ancient maples and elms whose branches intertwined overhead like the vaulted ceiling of a cathedral. Sunlight danced in shifting patches across the path, and somewhere in the distance a robin sang its cheerful tune. Moments later, Lilac Inn emerged from the trees. As Nancy eased the roadster into line with the row of automobiles parked in the spacious yard, she paused to admire the familiar old inn. Somehow it looked even more enchanting than she remembered. The rambling white building, with its wide porch, ivy-covered chimneys, and green shutters, seemed to welcome every traveler who ventured its way. Massive lilac bushes, heavy with clusters of lavender and ivory blossoms, surrounded the house in fragrant clouds, their sweet perfume drifting lazily through the warm afternoon air. Beyond the inn, a broad lawn swept gently toward the crystal-clear lake, whose calm surface reflected the blue sky like polished glass. A small wooden dock stretched into the sparkling water, where a lone rowboat rocked gently against its moorings. Alighting from the roadster, Nancy stood for a moment gazing toward the lake. So absorbed was she in the beauty of the scene that she failed to notice the approach of a girl who, from appearance, might have been her own age. Nancy Drew, of all people, the stranger cried eagerly as she rushed up. Startled at hearing her name called, Nancy Drew wheeled quickly and then smiled as she recognized a former classmate whom she had not seen for many weeks. It was not difficult to smile upon Emily Crandall, for her candid blue eyes, delicate coloring, and almost classical features gave her a beauty which was the envy of her friends. Though she lacked Nancy Drew's poise and keen mind, she did possess an unusually sunny disposition and had a way of accepting life as she found it. Since the death of her mother many years before, she had been under the guardianship of Mrs. Jane Willoughby, a young widow. Unfortunately, Emily Crandall had never had a great deal of money, but the lack of it did not appear to trouble her. Emily Crandall, Nancy exclaimed in genuine delight, gripping her friend's hand. What brought you here? Oh, I was driving to River Heights to see a friend. Mrs. Willoughby lent me her sedan for the day, but as luck would have it, the mean thing stalled. I walked here thinking I might find someone to help me. Perhaps you're only out of gasoline. I'm afraid not. But why worry about such a trifle as a stalled car? After all, it was fortunate that I was forced to stop here, otherwise I should have missed you. What are you doing here anyway? Looking for another mystery? I should say not. Nancy Drew returned emphatically. I think I've had enough of mystery to last me a lifetime. Anyway, if I were looking for one, I wouldn't choose such a lovely spot as Lilac Inn. Mysteries sometimes pop up in strange places, Nancy, and I must say you have a faculty for running into them. Everyone said it was a wonderful piece of detective work when you solved the mystery of the Jacob Aborn bungalow. I read glowing accounts of your cleverness in the papers. Just imagine capturing a criminal. I'd be thrilled to death. I was glad to help Laura Pendleton regain her inheritance, Nancy said quietly. But I'm afraid the reporters exaggerated my part a little. Then to change the subject, have you had luncheon? No, I haven't, and it's after 1 o'clock, too. I'm nearly starved. Then why not lunch with me? After that, we can see what can be done about your car. Suits me, Emily agreed willingly. Arm in arm, the two girls hurried up the path to the inn. Entering, they saw that the dining room was crowded, but the head waiter bowed to Nancy in recognition, and, to the astonishment of persons who had not received choice tables, they were promptly escorted to a secluded nook which permitted an excellent view of the lake and the grounds. "How do you do it?" Emily asked in a low tone when the girls were seated. "The waiter gave us the very nicest table in the room." "Oh, I've been here before. That probably explains it." "You know it doesn't," Nancy drew, "but you're too modest to admit that you're something of a personage. At the rate you're going, you'll soon be as famous as your father." "Oh, Emily," Nancy protested. "What possesses you anyway?" "Just because I've solved a few old mysteries," her voice trailed off as she studied the menu card. "I can't make up my mind what to order." "You're positively the limit," Emily sighed, as she too turned her attention to the bill of fare. "Food interests you more than an honest compliment." "Right now I'm afraid I must admit it does," Nancy laughed. "You see, I've driven nearly 70 miles since breakfast. Dad sent me over to Winlow with some legal papers for Judge Howell. I started back without luncheon." "I'm glad you did, Nancy. Otherwise, we'd not have met here." Nancy Drew finished writing out her order, and after handing it to the waiter, settled back in her chair. "Tell me what you have been doing with yourself this summer, Emily. I haven't seen you for ages. Can you guess by looking at my freckles?" "I've been living at a cottage on the lake." "Alone?" "Oh, no. With Mrs. Willoughby. She's a dear, Nancy, but she's not to be my guardian much longer." "Why, how is that?" Nancy inquired in surprise. "Well, in less than a week I'll be of age. I'll be 18 next Friday. And it's going to be the most exciting birthday I ever had." "You mean because you'll be free from your guardian?" "Oh, no. I always liked Mrs. Willoughby. I'm thrilled because I'm to come into my inheritance." "Your inheritance?" "Why, I didn't know." "Neither did I until last week," Emily broke in. "There was very little left of my mother's estate, but it seems that by my grandmother's I'm to come into the Crandall family jewels." "Oh, Emily, how wonderful. I've always heard of the famous Crandall jewels. They're beauties, Nancy. Mostly diamonds, too. Valued at not a cent less than $40,000. I'd love to see them." "Well, you shall. Mrs. Willoughby is to turn them over to me on Friday." "Doesn't it worry you, Emily?" "I wouldn't know how to take care of such an inheritance." "Well, it does worry me a little," Emily admitted slowly. "But of course I'll rent a safety deposit box at the bank. I wouldn't delay if I were you." "I guess I won't," Emily decided after a moment of thought. "I've been in a state of respectable poverty too long to risk losing my fortune now that I've come into it. However, I won't dispose of the jewels until after you've seen them, Nancy. Can you motor out to our cottage next Friday?" "Of course I'll come," Nancy returned eagerly. "I wouldn't miss an opportunity to see the Crandall jewels." By this time the waiter had appeared, bearing a tray of food, and the girls turned their attention to the good things which were placed before them. "You haven't told me a thing about yourself," Emily presently said to her friend. "I guess I've been monopolizing the conversation." "Oh, there's nothing special to tell. Last summer I had a thrilling time of it at Melrose Lake, but this year I'm afraid I'll be stuck in River Heights all summer unless I can find a new housekeeper to take Hannah Gruen's place." "Your servant is leaving?" "Yes. Her sister is ill, and she's expecting to be called away any day now to take care of her. I dread looking for another to take her place." "You don't know where I can find a good housekeeper, do you?" "Indeed I don't." "I'm afraid you'll have quite a time finding anyone." "I don't doubt it," Nancy sighed. "But at least I'll have several days before Hannah leaves. That will give me a chance to break in a new girl." The two finished their luncheon, and although Emily protested, Nancy insisted on paying the check. They left the dining room, pausing outside the door. "If you'll excuse me for a minute, I'll make a telephone call," Nancy said. "I must let Dad know that I'll be late in reaching River Heights, or he'll be worried." Hurrying away, she sought a telephone booth and quickly put in a call to River Heights. After a brief wait, she heard her father's voice at the other end of the wire. "Hello, Nancy," Carson Drew began before she could say a word. Jove. I'm glad you called just now. I've been trying to reach you for the last 2 hours. Why, what has happened? Nancy demanded in alarm. I just received a telegram from Judge Graham. You know, he's one of the biggest men in the state. He'll spend the coming weekend with us. Oh, Nancy gasped, but instantly arose to the occasion. Well, I guess we can manage it all right. I'll come home just as quickly as I can. I haven't told you the worst, Nancy. Hannah just learned that her sister has suffered a relapse. She's planning to leave on the 3:20 train. Leaving today? Yes, with Judge Graham coming. You must get busy at once. I'll rush right home, Dad, and see what can be done. But I'm dreadfully afraid it will be impossible to find anyone to take her place on such short notice. Do the best you can, Nancy. I'm depending upon you. With that, Carson Drew said goodbye and hung up the receiver. Nancy Drew stood for a moment staring blankly at the telephone. She knew that her father, being a man, had no comprehension of the Herculean task which lay before her. In some way, she must find a satisfactory housekeeper before Judge Graham's arrival, but how it was to be accomplished she did not know.